Immigration is an important part of our Australian history and culture. It makes up a lot of our country and who we are. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, nearly a third of our population are born overseas, which is the highest it's been in 120 years. Our neighbouring country, New Zealand, has seen many of its local residents immigrate to Australia to call it home. They have been shaping our nation since World War I, when they came to help us fight. We now share an extremely special and important day together, Anzac Day. When Australians think of their national identity, they often think about the tales of Gallipoli. This is because it focuses on a time in history where Australia and New Zealand showed a strong sense of unity and courage under threat. Anzac Day is one of the most celebrated days in Australia and New Zealand, as it marks the anniversary of our first major military battle during the World War I. Anzac Day is a day of celebration and pride that has bonded our two countries together forever. Australians and New Zealanders are very close. Our histories are absolutely indelibly entwined, so is our destiny. Fun fact, the Anzac Bridge in Sydney holds both the Australian and New Zealand flag to commemorate both countries that fought in World War I. Jacqueline Lisa Webber was born in Wellington, New Zealand in 1967 and migrated to Australia with her family when she was 7 in 1974. They came over to work on an orchid farm in Tamworth for 6 months, but ended up falling in love with Australia and decided to become permanent residents. Coming from a big city in New Zealand to a small town country was a big change, but for Jackie it was love at first sight. Her family thought so too, so they extended their visa from 6 months to permanent residence. They just couldn't get enough of that wonderful Australian sun. She had no problem settling into the Australian lifestyle, as both countries were fairly similar. She did however miss having Maori boil-ups and hungies, a tradition they have in New Zealand. She did notice though that Australians were a very proud bunch of people and talked about their country with a lot of pride at all time. Their family adapted into the Australian lifestyle by using slang the Australians had come up with and having a few snags on the barbie on Sunday arvos. Different cultures in Australia will always be an important part of shaping our nation, and everyone will always have a story to tell.